Bayern already through. Bayern Munich are already through. They're all good, so they can have fun. You're not through, Atletico, which means that you best win since you're playing at the crib. You best win. Because if Salzburg or Lokomotiv Moscow going ahead of you, Simeone, I know you're doing well in La Liga, but this is my house. This is my crib. This is the CL. You best not mess up. We're gonna go in deep.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
So here we go, guys. First, we're going to ride with Atletico. So I'm just going via what they did in their last game and also looking at injury, suspensions, and so forth. So this was the idea of how I think that they're going to go. So we're obviously going to roll with Oblak in goal. I think he's right with the back three. Savage, Jimenez, Hermoso, Lodi, Trippier, who obviously will form a back five when they defend and will come in as wing backs when they attack. Saul and Koke in there. Where is Carrasco? Where is Carrasco? I don't, maybe he's been rested for this game. Yes, maybe he was rested for this game, because if we look at, I just want to check something. Yeah, he's good. So, because that is a good point. So I really do believe that Lemma ain't starting this game. So you could forget that. So this is how we're going to roll. So obviously with Correa as a striker, because what call it? Oh God, Correa as a striker because the cannibal is out of there. So see now, but then you have to have Joao Felix. This is interesting. This is interesting because, bear with me 1 second, because let me just look at what these guys did against Barcelona. I want to look at what they did against Barcelona because that is what I believe they're going to roll with. So let me just say Atletico, Barcelona. Let me look at lineups. Aha. What the heck? Okay, that's weird. Okay. I tell you, whenever they show this stuff on Google, it can't be right. So I truly believe Felix has to play. Put it this way, this is what I think that they should do. So Felix obviously plays off of there with Correa. And I think they have pretty much like a 3. This is what I think they should do, but he is going to play Llorente. How do you fit in Llorente into this team? Because what you could do, which I don't think he will do, because he also plays a striker, you can do something like this if you play Joao Felix sort of as a false 9. So you now have some guy, so basically what you now have here is nice, good mobility with all these 3 dudes over here. That is what you could do. But I believe that he's going to play striker because I'm looking at the lineup that they played against Barcelona. And this is just going via Google. And sometimes what they show in the lineup is not really what you see in practice, but in the lineup they have Felix and Correa as both strikers, Llorente, Koke, and Saul in the 3. And these guys have Carrasco at left back. That's just how they've presented it, which is, for me, completely and utterly wild. So, put it this way. This, for me, is what I think could... Even if I don't like a false 9, I'm not a fan of the false 9. I think if you want to fit in all these dudes, i.e., if you want to fit in Saul, Koke, Llorente, Felix, Carrasco, this is probably what you have to go with. And Correa is okay, yeah. but I don't know how effective he can be in games because for me, does Correa really play the striker position well enough for him to start where he can form a good enough presence to occupy the Bayern team? So, but my thing though is that even if you're rolling here with this is where Simeone, you're playing at home, you're playing on the crib, and I think they played very well against Barcelona. And then they moved the ball around very well. You have to allow these guys and give these guys freedom to roam, freedom to express themselves. And Atletico have got to take the game to Bayern Munich, and they've got to aggressively impose their game on Bayern Munich because let's just keep it real, they got slashed. They got Lara Crofted. They got absolutely, completely, and totally Lara Crofted by Bayern Munich in the game that they played at the Allianz Arena. So I think the mandate here really is to get this guy on the ball. Carrasco, I think, is the engine of this team. I think between Carrasco and Felix, they could do something. Now here, see, there are many alternatives here. Because as I'm thinking with this, Llorente's eye, you could just have the presence of a striker there and do this. And give both Carrasco and Felix the freedom to move, interchange, roam around, make runs into the box, and really occupy this space here and try to keep those Bayern Munich guys guessing. But what is the key thing? What does Hansi Flick like that to do? He likes to play the high line. So you know that there's always that ball over the flipping top. And look, how did they beat Barcelona? It was that ball over the top and Carrasco doing that to Juju and pretty much lubricating your boy Ter Stegen, put the ball through his legs and then for him to now say what's up. So what's going to be very important, of course, is whether either Jimenez or Savic finding that ball over the top, but in both Saul and Koke, but specifically Koke. This is where I think Atletico Madrid's biggest miss, and something that I don't think they've ever had, a truly quality pass specialist midfielder. They've never had that. They've had workhorses and decent midfielders, but they've not really had a Pirlo, a Toni Kroos, a Drich, a Javi in that midfield area who can really pretty much ping and produce passes. Because I think, especially with the tactic that Bayern employ, what you do need is that guy that can produce that quality pass over the top to a Carrasco to run onto, or for a Joao Felix to really carry the ball or to find himself into pockets. So let's look at the Bayern dudes now. If I can just bring this in. Oops, sorry. Bear with me. There we go. So, this is Bayern here. So, the big thing obviously is Tolisso, who is out with a muscle injury, and they said the expected return is mid-December. And surprise, muscle injury, which is what everyone is getting in this COVID season. I don't see. For me, I am just doing this based off their last game, but I'll be surprised if Hansi Flick goes with this team, because I think if Hansi Flick is smart, you're already through. You don't need to win this game. I think he'll make a lot of key changes. I'm not sure whether he starts Lewandowski. I'm not sure whether he starts a Goretzka. I'm not even sure that he starts like a Mola. He may start a Coman, but this is the kind of guys that I think he would want to rest, be refreshed, avoid muscle injuries, and go again in Bayern. So the more rest he can get guys in this COVID season, the better. So it would not be smart for him to start with these guys. But let's just say that he does. You know, you already know what the mandate for Bayern Munich is, man. I think they get a lot of the engine through this midfield here. I do think that with Tolisso missing and Marco Roca, I believe he's got a red card, so he misses this game. Because I looked at the roster, the only guy you're looking at here, Joshua Kimmich, is injured, is your boy Javi Martinez. So he can come in and do a job, but really Goretzka will have to do a lot of the midfield technical work to really do that transitional play to this three over here, man. And I think for Bayern, they will just want to really walk those wings, get that ball for Coman and Gnabry in those ISO positions, and looking for Mola to pick up those key spaces to now say what's up to Lewandowski if he plays. Because for Hansi Flick, I I would not advise you, as tempting as it is, and as much as Bayern Munich want to be professional and win as many games as possible, I would not advise you starting these guys, knowing just how tough this whole pandemic thing is. But so, what I want from what I would want here from Atletico, is I really want them to be positive in this game. And I think that they'll need to be positive in this game. Of course, they need to know how to defend. They need to be solid. And I think every senior team is solid. But I want to see these guys play. I want to see them express themselves. Because this is a game that they really need to win, specifically if results go tricky. Because I think if Lokomotiv Moscow win, it could now make things very, very problematic for them going into that final game of the season. Because if we just look at it right now, so they play Salzburg away, final game of the season. So it's not entirely in their hands, because if Lokomotiv Moscow play Bayern Munich, who are already qualified, they play them in the final game of the season. Yes, albeit they play them at the Allianz Arena, but it is what it is. You can't just guarantee Bayern Munich will say what's up to them, knowing that they've already qualified. So what I just want is for this game to be run by Carrasco and Felix, Lodi and Trippier to really go up high as possible, and to see a far more positive Atletico. These guys can play. And I think that these guys keep teasing that they can really, really take their game to the very next level. Simeone just needs to release them from their shackles. Release them from their shackles and allow them to express themselves, because I've been very impressed with what Carrasco has done. And I think Carrasco in this game will be very important, especially with what he does on the ball. So the more they can get the ball to Carrasco, the more that Carrasco can get himself in good areas, cutting on the inside. But what I want to see from Carrasco is I want to see him combine with Felix. And I think if they make those combinations, they're going to be very key. But in that midfield area, Saul and Koke, I will expect them to control the midfield narrative over a much older Javi Martinez and a Gretzky who will have to do a lot of the legwork. Although that's what it says on paper, but Mola will already come back in and sort of make that a 3 with Gnabry and Coman talking inside to sort of offer them some help in the middle of the back. But really, it's going to be Saul Koke against Goretzka and what I think is Javi Martinez, man. So I want to see. So if we're just predicting what I think is going to happen in this game, Atletico have to win. They have to win. They know they have to win. But Bayern Munich are very professional. Bayern Munich can't. They don't know how to set out to lose a game. They don't know how to set up not to win a game. So Bayern Munich will still say, no, like if we can get a perfect record, let's go ahead and get a perfect record and just show that we're about that life. And I think Hansi Flick will say, no. Well, this is the German way. We don't just take or accept L's. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep saying what's up. So this is a difficult one to call. This is a difficult one to call because I don't have full faith that Atletico will say what's up. I sincerely don't. Because again, I'm interested to see what formation Homeboy does. He may do that formation that he played against Barcelona, that has Llorente, Correa in there as well. And he has Carrasco like out wide, really, really as a wide, almost as like a left wing back, almost. You see, here's my thing, man. These guys, if Lewandowski doesn't play, and let's say they make a lot of changes, then let's go have a chance. If for some reason he does go with this team, Coman and Gnabry are going to cause these guys issues. they will cause these guys issues. And I think once Bayern just get into their groove, of course, Alaba, Boateng, these guys, they'll always play that high line, and they'll aggressively try to press Bayern, because that is just the mode that they know they're not going to change their approach for this game. So if Atletico allow Coman and Gnabry in this game, and then just allow them into space and allow them to connect, allow Hernandez and Pavard to create those overlaps, it's going to be a tough one for Atletico. But this is where you see for Atletico is that if they sit in too deep and are far too defensive, then it will be very difficult for them to really go out there and say what's up. So Atletico have to really play with a little bit of risk, and just have to have faith that Lodi, Trippier can do their best to keep Coman and Gnabry quiet. So something tells me 1-1. Something tells me 1-1. I don't think Atletico will win this game. So yeah. Something tells me 1-1. And I don't know whether that will leave them for the final game of the season. You just have to see what happens between Lokomotiv Moscow and Salzburg. But yeah, I'm rolling with a 1-1 in this game. I think that's how it's going to go. I think that's how it's going to roll. And I think that's how we're going to dance with it, man. So remember, I'll be back here for the live post-match analysis of the game. Peace out. Stay true. Stay well. Remember to follow your boy on Twitter and on Facebook at Half a Pot. Remember to like the vid. Remember to subscribe. Peace out. Stay true. And I'll see you on the post-match analysis straight after the flipping game. Become a Football Hut member and gain access to cool emojis on the live streams and get access to new YouTube content by clicking the join button here. And to view that new content, head over to the YouTube channel homepage and click on the community tab over here.